Hey Ross World, my money makes money. Cut your bills in half. Like everyone, well, I'm not gonna get rid of this bill. I'm not gonna get rid of that bill. You want to be involved with these monthly bills. So how to cut your bills in half. It's called customer service, guys. That's what it's called. It's called calling customer service and complaining to the point where they're either going to A, say, sir, you can just disconnect your service, or they're going to give you some special exclusive price or give you credit. Take, for instance, T-Mobile. If I feel as though in my area, they're not covering, they're not covering the area as good as I think they should, I'll say, well, I get a lot of dropouts and this is really, detrimental to my business, or even just contacting friends and family, and it's very worrisome, it's very bothersome. Guess what they do? They give you a credit, sometimes $25, $50, $75, regardless. Guess what you just did? You cut your bill in half now, depending on the amount they gave you. Take, for instance, Sirius XM. They're always doing promos. They're always doing promotions and discounts and special. And basically, you call in and you say, hey, I'm not satisfied with this service. Is there anything else you can do for me? And sometimes they're, pretty much cut and paste you a package depending on your price point or how much you want to pay. But nevertheless, you'll have the service and hopefully the channels you want. Cable television, Comcast, DirecTV, the Dish, all of those entities. Call them, complain. Oh, the satellite dish keep carbon. I can't believe this, and I'm paying this much for my service. Now, some of you don't agree with this. Like, hey, if you don't want it, you don't want to cut it off. I'm with you. But for those who do, and you're like, well, I don't know how to get these special promotions and prices and all these things. Guess what people do? They call in, some with very valid complaints, some with very bogus complaints, but nevertheless, those two still have the same result, because majority of people don't call in. As long as their service is on, they're paying their bill, they're paying $100+, they don't care, so they don't get those special exclusive prices and those promotions, whether it be a year or 6-month promotion. I was paying $60, okay, $60 a month with under the 1 terabyte with Comcast, right? They didn't change that. It's no longer unlimited. You have to pay for unlimited. That's crazy. And all this time it was unlimited. They say, oh, we changed because most of our customers don't use more than 1 terabyte a month. Well, I'm one of your customers and I was using more than 1 terabyte a month. Okay. So false. I don't care if it's 1. Don't change it. So guess what? Don't change it. I didn't raise my voice. I'm sorry, guys. Don't change it. If majority of your customers don't use it, why put a cap on it? Don't play me. Don't play me, Comcast. But anyway, I was paying $60 for 150 megabytes per second. We're talking about almost lightning speed. I mean, I will put the cursor over the icon or app, and it gets there. Basically, it's fast for you guys who don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so because I had a lot of things, I had like 3 or 4 PlayStations on my network and all sorts of things, okay? And I was going to build NAS, not NTS. But anyway, Tech Talk. The point I'm getting at, guys, the only way you're going to get results from cutting your bills in half and alleviating your bills, well, the first one, alleviating your bills, is simply, if you don't need it, don't buy it. If you don't need it, don't buy it. Do you need cable? No. Can you afford cable? Some of you saying, yeah, I can afford cable. No, you can't. You live in paycheck to paycheck. Okay, instead of eating fresh greens or frozen greens, you're eating canned greens. You can't afford cable. Now, in this day and age, I can still say you don't need the internet, but things are going to be very, very difficult because everything is online. I mean, everything is online. So I would say you don't need it, but I highly recommend you at least have the internet, because from the internet, there's many sources where you can get, TV and music and all sorts of entertainment. So I will say that, but you don't need it, because who wants to be in debt? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I do. No, nobody wants to be in debt. So you have to make some sacrifices. Wow, something happened up there. But anyway, guys, I just want to give you a quick message this morning. It's Saturday, it's gloomy here in Washington, and I want you guys to be frugal. See, people don't understand the difference between frugal and cheap, okay? So this is cheap. Cheap is when you buy the cheapest, most worthless product that you can imagine, okay? That's being cheap. Being cheap is simply buying it because it's the less expensive thing for the item you're looking for. Frugal is this. You wait for things to get on discount. You wait for things to get on clearance. You have a coupon. And it's a high quality product, okay? I'm trying to find a good example. Let's say, for instance, a polo shirt. That polo shirt retails $80. But you go in, Black Friday sale, Christmas time, you have a coupon, and it's $40. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy those expensive shirts because you know where I shop at. Ross, Macy's, clearance rack. JC Penney's, clearance rack. This is where I go. And then Aeropostale, my favorite store, they always have discounts. But you have to figure out how to lower your monthly expenses. And then when you do lower your monthly expenses, because you're used to that budget, what I need you to do is first, I'm going back to my 4 tiers of money, pay off your debt. Pay off your debt, pay off your debt, pay off your debt. Pay off your debt with the smallest debt you have first. The smallest one, okay? Because you're going to knock it down. With the other ones, pay only $5 to $10 over the minimum price. So you're still killing a little bit of that interest. You're knocking down that principal, okay? Let's work on this. Pay down your debt. Your lowest one to your highest one, because it's psychological, guys. It's very psychological. Once you complete that first one, now you're like, oh, I completed one, or another one, another one, another one. Don't go attack with the big one first, because you'll never get there. Or you will think that you'll never get there. The power of the subconscious mind, because you're training yourself. So debt in order is the smallest debt to the largest debt. Don't even look at the interest rate. Just pay $5 to $10 over the interest rate. Next, budget. Now, once you finish off your debt, budget your money. See how much money you actually have going in and how much money you actually have going out. Then, savings. I want $1,000. We just got to finish a $1,000 challenge, but I want you to have $1,000 in your savings account, and then the next one is $5,000 in your savings account. But once you reach 1,000, now we can look in the description and sign up for Stash. We can look in the description and start buying, you know, really small stocks like a Ford stock that gives you dividends, and it's only around between $10 and $12 on Robinhood, which is in the description. Or we can say, you know what? I got 1,000 in savings. I'm going to save up $500. Now I'm investing Wealthfront. Or better yet, I can invest in Betterment right now. You just have to look. I have videos on both and tell you about the fees. It's your choice. But nevertheless, I know this conversation went somewhere else other than cutting your bills in half. But hopefully you got some great information and some good ideas in order to lower your monthly expenses and increase your monthly income. This is Ross World, where I actually do care, because guess what? When you start to buy nice things and people looking at you like, oh, you got that, dog? If we all was making really good money or had good money, you wouldn't even worry about it. I'm out.